Hello! Ah, the mighty Jell-o. It's an American institution like the Salk Institute for Biological Studies. Yes. If you don't know what Jell-o is, it's basically jelly. Simple as, gelatin stuff. Get a load of bones and hooves, boil them up, there's your dessert. What more could you ask for? Well, the answer to that, friends, is instant pudding! Look at this! Yep, in about 1936, as far as I can tell, Jell-o introduced an instant pudding. Basically, mix some stuff with some milk and leave it in the fridge for a bit, and there you are, instant pudding. A bit like Angel Delight over here, but without the really weird name. Now, the more observant amongst you may have noticed this doesn't look like the freshest pack of Jell-o. Also, you'll have read the title to the video, but let's not get into that. So yeah, this one, as far as I can tell, is from about 1955, because actually it appears on this advert from 1955 with that exact box design, so that's what we're going for. Yep, just add to milk makes 1 pint of what these days, I don't know, because I think this may be a little bit past its best before date, but yeah, it's a no cooking, busy day dessert. Yep, don't spend 14 hours boiling up bones or something, you can now just stick this straight in the fridge. Well, actually, I don't think there's any gelatin in this. Oh, actually, they are. I didn't realise that the ingredients were on it. Sugar, pre-cooked starch. Good, you don't have to cook your own starch. Sodium phosphate. Edible oil. Much better than inedible oil for this kind of thing. Artificial flavour and US certified colour. Yes. It's red, white and blue or something. You notice the flavour is imitation strawberry, because, who would want real strawberry when you could have imitation strawberry? I don't know, maybe it's some sort of advertising thing, like you can't pretend, or at the time it was released, you couldn't pretend it was just strawberry if it was all fake. I've got no idea, but I can tell you, this is from batch 3732, or was that the price? 3.32 cents. I'm very confused by this. There is some sort of printed number, and it appears to say FH8261, sort of embossed into it. I have no idea what that means. So, speedy, easy, so good too. Obviously. Pour 2 cups of cold milk into mixing bowl, nice and easy. Add contents of package and beat slowly with egg beater, just until well mixed, about 1 minute. Do not overbeat. Mixture will be thin. Right, we'll avoid that. Pour at once into individual serving dishes. Let stand to set. Takes 5 minutes. Makes 4 or 5 servings. Well, it's delicious for pie too. That's the main thing. It's basically do the same thing, but pour it into a pie shell and stick some whipped cream on top. Fair. There's an ice cream recipe on the top panel. Mixed pudding is direction bread. We get the idea. Well, before we continue, just must say thanks to the mighty Nicky and Bunty, who very, very kindly sent this to me. Actually, I'm not sure if it was an act of kindness or an act of war, but thank you anyway. I shall link to your mighty Twitch channel below. Right. It almost feels like you're opening part of history. And soon we'll be being poisoned by part of history, so, swings and roundabouts. I think I'm going to open this end, actually, because there's no embossing or writing or anything on it. Oh, it's not. Doesn't want to open. Oh, God. Yep, that's seen better days. Oh, here it is. Here is the mighty stuff itself. It's in a waxed bag. Always nice. Also, a very good insult for old women, that. Oh, you waxed bag. Oh, yeah, look. Oh, look at this. It's all... Well, I mean, it still looks the part. Is there anything in it that goes off? Of course there is. It's edible. It smells of... It just smells of dust with maybe a little hint of sort of fake strawberry. It honestly just smells of like if you went into a really dusty room. Absolutely amazing. Still got the coloration though. Cracky. Well, as the advert says, the fact that it was a bright pink seemed to be relevant. Well, what else can we do but go and mix it up and see what happens? Well, it's spent 5 minutes in the fridge, and I tell you what, it does seem like it's set. It's kind of manoeuvring around in there, but it seems fairly solid. It doesn't look like it's mixed up particularly well, I've got to say. Looks a bit gritty. I mean, I did the whisking of it for a minute, like it said, but maybe the fact that it's 60 years old has in some way impaired its chemical processes. So, with the golden spoon of Antioch, let us see if it... Oh, no, yeah, it's definitely set. Look at that. Yeah, a little bit blobby. And do you know, actually, getting past the surface, it doesn't even look that gritty. It looks like it's sort of been made properly. So, let us have a huff and see what it smells like. Oh, my God. The smell of dust has gone. And it does smell very faintly of artificial strawberry. Well, as they say, the proof of the pudding is in the food poisoning. Right, let's try a very small amount of this and pray we don't die horribly. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's weird. So, I gotta say, it doesn't taste particularly bad at all. I'm gonna try another bit, hang on. Yeah. So, the texture is about right. I would have said I've never had Jell-o pudding, but assuming it's Angel Delighty, yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, it's got that kind of fake strawberry taste, but it tastes different. I don't know if that's because it's tasting slightly off, or that's just how this stuff tasted in the 1950s. So I've obviously got no way of telling. If somebody handed me this as a dessert, and I didn't know how horrendously old it was, I think the texture's maybe a little bit off. It gets a little bit goopy down towards the bottom, but I'd probably just eat it and not think anything of it. Bloody hell. Well, what have we learned today? We have learned that Jell-o pudding ages much better than those adverts they did with Bill Cosby. But overall, impressive. I mean, I don't know if it's a case of it's just sugar and some artificial stuff, but yeah, I mean, maybe it's massively poisonous, but it seems unlikely. I certainly wouldn't be eating large amounts of it, or in fact, any substantial amount of it at all, just in case. But yeah, the taste of it is kind of... Oh, go on, I'll try that. I can't quite put my finger on it. No. I am suspecting that this is just what it's supposed to taste like. There is something slightly off about it, as I said, but only in the sense of it doesn't taste like how you would expect artificial strawberry to taste now. I mean, maybe it is the time. Ah, well, what can we say? Except don't try this at home, because I know all of your houses are filled with Jell-o pudding from 1955. It's just the way life is these days.
Subscribe for more.